I don't even have the fucking notes up. Where?
What are we doing?
Cody, what the fuck I don't know, dude. I don't know how to do this anymore.
I don't know how to do anything anymore.
I don't know. It seems as we get better at it, we get worse.
Oh, man. Well, hey, that sounds like the good part of the intro. Then.
That's a good intro.
Hey, if there's a weird cut there, don't worry about it. It's fine. You're not even paying attention. Welcome to MAMS, the Morning After Music Show, the show where, stop me if you've heard it before, a couple of dudes talk about music and then give their opinions on it because they're oh so knowledgeable. I'm your host, Cody. Only other person here is Brett. We're dropping like flies over here.
Yep.
I don't even think Josh was busy this week. I just don't think he wanted to do it.
Oh no, he does not want to do this.
It's okay. It would be a 2. Spoiler alert, he'd give it a 1.
No, he'd probably give it... Everything would probably be 1s except originality. He'd give it 10. So that would average out to like 3.
Yeah, like a 3.
Yeah, like a 3.
And then Joey's too busy. We don't
have friends. That's what it is, dude.
We don't have friends.
We don't have friends.
I don't even know what Tati's up to.
She alive?
She's in the wind. I don't know.
I saw a tweet from her the other day. I was like, the fuck?
I don't know, man. Everyone's gone.
Everyone's
just
gone.
Me
dude.
and you.
Yeah, dude. But
we're pushing through. We're persevering. Brett, it's not unlike Slipknot's sophomore album, Iowa, which also spelled some troubling times for the band, if I do say so myself. That's the album we're reviewing today. And Brett, the question for you and for the audience, hey, Brett, have you ever heard of Iowa?
have I heard of Iowa?
Yeah, Brett. Let me describe it for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's shaped kind of like a square with some nubbly bits around it.
Okay. Okay.
If you could point to it on a map, you're probably lying. Okay. And I hear tell there's a lot of corn.
Oh, is there corn there? Is there corn?
A lot of poverty. A lot of red state voters in there. So, hey, what's your favorite thing about this place I described?
Well, I would probably have to say my birth.
Oh, okay, cool. Oh, so you've heard of it.
I've heard of it. I may have heard of it.
Yeah. Brett, from a first-hand experience,
my favorite thing. Yeah.
Can you describe? Show me. Is this an accurate representation of Iowa?
What, this album?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
No, I don't think you understand. Dude, when we were watching that 20 Fun Facts thing, and they're talking about, oh yeah, you know, the drugs and this and this and this, and I'm like, oh yeah, no, my cousin, yeah, that's Alex, that's Ryan, yeah, there's Michael, yeah, oh yeah, oh, there's my uncle, yeah, there's my brother Josh, yeah, oh okay,
oh, okay, sure,
yeah, whoops,
yeah, whoops,
yeah, yep.
I'd have to say this band's probably the favorite thing about Iowa because it's this band and it's you.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's all there.
There you go.
That's all that Iowa's produced. Oh, Ashton Kutcher.
He's from Iowa?
He's from Cedar Rapids. Yep.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Same place my dad's from.
They have rapids in Iowa?
Yeah, dude. They're cedary.
Oh. Fascinating.
Okay. Legit. Hold on. Side note about Iowa. Mm-hmm. There's one cool town, and it's called Pella, and that's like home base for my family. It's a Dutch town.
Ooh.
So there's Celebration, like the town in Disney, is kind of based off of Pella, actually.
Oh.
So it's like the old traditional like town square that, you know, like you see in every movie, like that's Pella. Mm-hmm. But around it is all these Dutch shops. So like you can go get custom clogs, and then you go to the Dutch bakery, Jarsma's, like, and then behind it there's a fucking windmill that has a pond in the shape of a clog, and they do tulip time every year. Like there's tulips all over the place. Like it's you're in the Netherlands. It's weird.
It's really weird. I can't stand in this world. People who are unaccepting of other people's cultures. And the Dutch.
And the Dutch.
And the Dutch.
If you ain't Dutch, you ain't much.
Oh, whoa. That rhymed.
That's their saying. That's their saying. Yeah, I've heard of Iowa.
Yeah, okay, good. Well, hey, this band, this is their second album. It's called Iowa. And it was released on August 28th, 2001. Pre-9/11.
Just
Barely.
2.5 weeks.
In fact, Brett,
Not even.
would you be surprised to hear that the tour for this album got canceled right after it started?
Did it?
Oh, wow.
Did it?
Well, you'd be... Yeah.
No way.
No fucking way. Would you also be surprised that some of the lyrical content also didn't go over well right around 9/11?
No way. You don't say. I would have never guessed that one.
Yeah. It did. 14 tracks on it. An hour and 6 minutes and 19 seconds. The performers were, in order of number, Sid Wilson on the turntables and Mental Breakdown on the intro.
Oh,
That's
yes.
That's
Yeah,
raw.
no, but that's just vocals for track one. He just did the vocal track.
Yeah, he actually, fucking, we'll get into the lore. Joey Jordison on the drums, Paul Gray on the bass and backing vocals, and the heart of the band. Chris Fenn on percussion and backing vocals, Jim Root on guitar, Craig Jones on the samplers and media and headbanging, and Sean Clown Cran on percussion and backing vocals and editing, Mick Thompson on guitars, and Corey Taylor on the vocals. What were features in 2002? They didn't exist, or 2001, whatever. The producers were Ross Robinson. He is the godfather of nu metal. Now, you see his resume right here. He's worked with Korn, Sepultura, Deftones, Limp Bizkit, Soulfly, Cold, Machine Head. A little switcheroo right here at the drive-in.
That's a little different.
The Cure, from first to last.
A little different.
Drop Dead Gorgeous.
That's
Hyro
bad.
the Hero. Tech 9.
Okay, also a
bad?
little. Yeah, Drop Dead Gorgeous. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I like
Cancer
them. I
Bats.
like them. They're the ones that can't perform live.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Red Fang the Used and Amigo the Devil.
Oh.
Our buddy Andy Wallace did the mixing. You can learn more about him in the Hybrid Theory and the Blink-182 and the Gojira episodes. Don't know what happened there. Joey also did the mixing, and then mastering was done by George Marino. Brett, there's just too many to count. I'm going to need you to go ahead, click that link, bring it up for everyone to see. Sort by artist.
Michael
It's probably
Bublé.
easier that way. Yeah, just hit artist real fast, and then
If it loads,
we got.
there we go.
Yeah. So we got Head PE. We got 38 Special. We got 311. We got. Just keep scrolling with me. Flock of Seagulls. Aha. AC/DC. Aerosmith. If I'm skipping you. Yeah, if I'm skipping you, I'm scrolling on my own. Alice Cooper, American Hi-Fi, fucking Amberlynn in 2010.
Amberlynn. Oh yeah.
Anthrax, Arctic Monkeys,
April Wine?
Bad Company.
That's
April
the
Wine?
first band I ever saw live.
No fucking way.
Yep.
That's
Just
crazy.
at the fucking soccer park in Vegas.
And dude, there's your connection to Slipknot right there.
Right there.
Not
Not anything
just
else.
the A's. Yeah, just fucking scroll down that list. It's
I
massive.
forgot. I had to keep going.
Look how tiny that little square is on the side.
Yeah,
of the thing.
I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm going so quick you can't read it. It's fine. Did I see him?
You sure did see him. We got down to the H's. He's done a lot of work
Queen.
with him.
I see Queen. Quiet Riot.
Yeah.
The Peppers.
So freaking many. Kiss.
There's a lot.
Led Zeppelin.
Did I see Sammy? I did see Sammy.
Maybe. Yeah.
And Santana.
Oh, My Morning Jacket. MXPX.
Nice.
Ooh.
Soil.
Ozzy. Soil, the Chai Peps,
Ted Nugent.
Saliva. Ew.
Yeah.
The cult, dude. Fucking.
The Beach Boys.
Oh man,
2013.
we're in the
Oh yeah,
typo negative.
The early November.
So
There's a lot. Yeah, I'm gonna.
Safe to say.
This is taking too long. Yeah.
safe to say, it's more surprising that he hasn't popped up yet.
Oh yeah.
And then the singles were Left Behind and My Plague. Now, Brett, we kind of went over a little bit the lore before the actual episode proper. To embellish on that, let me use my little autism brain here, because Brett, Slipknot was the first band that I really dove into. That was my own. It was my own kind of identity forming. And dove in did I. I knew everything about this fucking band, right? This album almost destroyed them. They came off of the success of the hype of the first fucking album and had too much money and no knowledge of what to do with it. So it was just debauchery, baby.
So Jackass.
Yeah, pretty much. Everyone got a drug problem. That was a nice fun bonus.
No.
Everyone, Corey was already having a drinking problem. They got bitches everywhere. It's crazy. It's 2001. What are you gonna do? Actually, they went into the studio the day before my birthday that year. Isn't that fun?
That's cool.
Yeah. I was 9 years old when they went to the studio, and the next day I was 10. Crazy.
Is that how that works?
That's how birthdays work.
Holy
and days
shit.
Of the year. And
God.
days of our lives,
God.
like the soap
Ooh.
opera. But also like the soap opera, the band hated each other, Brett. I don't know if you could tell from the general everything of it all, watching Sid and Corey fight on the Disaster Pieces thing for losing the camera. That was pretty funny and awkward.
That was funny.
Yeah, no, this album shouldn't have been made. Even more so, I think, than the first album, which also probably shouldn't have worked and gotten as big as it did. This album definitely shouldn't gotten as big as it did. You got 9 people running around in fucking jumpsuits with goddamn Party City Spirit Halloween on their face, hitting kegs. Fucking, you got one guy just headbanging.
Dude, the guy just climbs on the drums and then just...
He jerks off his nose real fast. Yeah, no,
You do that for 2 hours? Like, what the fuck?
But Brett, sometimes he hits the drums. And...
Does he?
Yeah, sometimes he hits the drums. And then meanwhile, in the studio, you got your producer breaking his back and just yelling at you all the time, throwing fucking candles at your face, apparently. You got your grandfather dying and immediately just being like, this is content. Let me go have a mental breakdown. Brett, you know that really long song at the end where it's just Corey just going, fucking losing it too?
Yeah.
Having his own little breakdown?
Yeah.
You know how that song was recorded?
Enlighten me.
Well, they wanted to get real raw and randy. So the entire, I think it's in one take. I'm not sure, but I think it's in one take. He performed it naked with just Clown there, while Ross was in the other room, while cutting himself with broken glass to get the real screams going and throwing up all over himself and fucking losing it. So that all those fucking screams in there are legit pain. This band pushed the envelope so fucking hard. Brett, do you don't want to know where this debuted on the Billboard 200? The main Billboard 200. Where did this debut? In 2001.
69.
Brett, it is in the top 5. Debuted at number 3.
Did they do
on the
it for
Billboard.
Dale?
They did it for Dale.
Holy shit.
Before doing it for Dale was a thing.
But just before, yeah.
The top 10 of that week were Come Clean by Puddle of Mud, Pull My Chain by Toby Keith, Project English by Juvenile, Superhero by Brian McKnight, Now that's what I call music. Volume 7.
7.
Maxwell. Don't even know who that is. Alicia Keys, Slipknot, Mary J. Blige, and Aaliyah.
That's a hell of a lineup.
Why is Slipknot there?
Yeah.
Hybrid Theory was in number 11 that week. They'd gone down a little bit.
Ooh.
Yeah.
After a year.
Yeah. It's still in the top 20 after a year.
Yeah.
Yep. You know, that tracks. So, Brett, I am interested. We all know how I feel about this. I've listened to this album so many fucking times over the course of my young life. Have you ever heard this whole album? Any of the songs before this week?
As a technicality, yes. Do I remember? No.
Okay, so this is pretty much fresh listen.
Yeah, this is pretty much fresh listen.
I am so interested in your thoughts. Tell me them.
All right, so this one's... I have a lot of nostalgia for this one in very different reasons than I guess what would be the norm, because I didn't listen to this. I just didn't.
Yeah, you completely missed Slipknot and really most of new metal, right?
Yeah, for the most part. Like that was my brother's stuff, so that was you know. But that was it. There's my nostalgia of this. Like, dude, when I heard when I texted you, I was listening to Gently in the car. I immediately jumped back to Vegas as a kid. When we're playing darts in the fucking garage and it's raining outside, and my brother just went and bought this album, and he's like, we need to listen to it. And it was the last night that he was in Vegas in town. And so we listened to the whole thing out there. And so, yeah, also for some reason that also set off a chain of just shit. I haven't thought about that stuff in 10, 15, 20 years now. Like just everything was coming back. It was kind of wild. How I was having a trip in the car. I was having a moment. But I don't know, but so I like that part of it. Nostalgia aside, I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
Joey's good.
Yeah, tell me
good.
your likes. Tell me your positives.
I will say I actually do enjoy Corey's parts. They're pretty cool. Mm-hmm. They're definitely you can they're a lot more emotion going through there than a normal scream. You know, it's just that whole energy thing. You could definitely tell it. Joey's good. Joey's a very good drummer. That's all I got to say about that.
Okay.
The guitar part is like, okay, so I don't know why in these headphones it sounds fine. Like when we're watching the videos and stuff, it sounds fine. In the car and on my my little Skull Candy headphones, it sounds like garbage. Like it was
Weird.
It was borderline like I had to turn. I did like this morning. I was trying to listen to it while I was setting shit up at work, and I had to turn it off. It just sounded I don't know. It was like just only highs, but like then I turned on Fit for a King and it was fine. So it was. But I was getting the same kind of vibe or sound in the car as well. Like it was really tin canny sounding. But I don't hear that when we were listening to it here. So I'm not my score on that one's going to be, I'm going to try to go a little lenient on that one because I think that was just more of equipment than production.
Also,
actually,
the time.
Yeah,
2001.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. The guitar part's kind of boring.
Listen,
they're kind
that's
of boring,
fair.
man. Like
They're not shredding around.
They're a little repetitive, you know. Like
you're definitely less groove, more technicality, more.
Yeah.
You like interesting riffs, guitar centric things.
Yeah.
The same reason why you don't really jive with Korn a whole lot. You know.
Yes, it's the groove. I like a groove. but not only groove.
Yeah.
Because then, on my reason being of that is that it kind of the groove kind of lessens because it's always groove. So it doesn't really keep its its oomph going. That's my only reason. Because after 40 minutes of hearing this, I'm like, okay, I know things have changed here and there, but we're still in down, and I'm hearing fucking someone trying to rip their fucking brains apart coming through the headphones, So it was a tough one to get through at one time. It is.
I think that's fair. But I was thinking about it.
I finally understand the nostalgia thing though, because I think this is the first album that we've done that you have the true nostalgia factor of this. And
100%.
And I don't.
Yeah.
I finally don't have it.
Yeah, no, we finally reached that point. And I'm glad that it only took 81 episodes.
Yeah, only
oh
God, 81 episodes.
This is 82. But
this is 82.
Yeah,
first time.
I totally get it. I was thinking throughout the week of listening to it that it was very much a time and a place kind of scenario, right? Especially this was the first metal band I was into, truly into. Like I said earlier, we had our Linkin Parks, but my mom listened to Linkin Park. They could vibe with that. They know Linkin Park songs. My mom couldn't tell you a Slipknot song. She heard it, God bless her heart, because I played it all the time. But this was the first one of my bands that I'm making my own musical choices, and the parents don't vibe with it. And I think with Slipknot, as opposed to... Who's the band that you would say was your first, offshoot for you? Because I have a theory.
I mean, back then?
Yeah.
Probably Linkin Park.
Okay. So I think... Because I had Linkin Park too. But I think with this one... Slipknot was for the kids who... felt very isolated, felt very alone. Maybe because the parents weren't around. We all know how I feel about my parents. And the people who were kind of the outcasts, who saw the world differently and saw kind of the vapidness, the fakeness of it all. And finally, we have this really angry, aggressive sort of outlet for those feelings to start exploring and all that stuff. And when I first heard, a burned copy of the self-titled CD from some kid on the bus.
Yep.
I had heard of Slipknot before, but I was like, oh, okay. That was right around the same time that Volume 3 was coming out, so you were hearing them on the radio. I saw after my very first show, my very first rock concert with Three Doors Down and Nickelback, Bone Mud, and all that stuff. I remember being at the hotel afterwards, and I discovered a little channel called Fuse, Brett.
Oh.
And Fuse had, what was that show with the... What was the metal show?
Their metal show?
Oh man, what the fuck was it? I'll look it up. But
so I only remember Headbangers Ball.
That was MTV. Metal show. Uranium. There we go. Uranium.
Oh, yes. I forgot about that.
Uranium was on the TV, and just guess who happened to be the guest that week, debuting their brand new video for Duality.
Was it Corey?
It was all of Slipknot. They were all there, and I was like, that was my exposure. I was like, what the fuck is this? I just came from Nickelback. What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Yeah. And immediately, we're here today because of that video and this band. I went backwards and listened to Iowa and the self-titled and everything. So I was really starting with those 3 albums. And I know all 3 of those albums front to back all the way through. Each album hits differently for different reasons. They're definitely different chapters of the band's life. And, at this point, they're trying to follow up that massive self-titled album, which, should never have worked.
Yeah.
This should have never left Iowa. They should have lived and died there like Korn, like how it's supposed to be, Brett.
It's traditions.
There's traditions. They should be managing a hardware store right now.
So it's funny. So just because I was in Vegas at this time, I have the connections to Iowa and like their mindsets and stuff. I 100% see. Like I oh boy, do I see that. What you're talking about with who, like your kind of fans, I guess, or whatever, whatever you want to call it, that got into these guys. I saw different. That was kind of why I kind of went away from this band actually, because the kids that I saw that were into these guys were really assholes.
Oh, really?
They were all full. They were the gatekeepers. They were really gatekeepery about pretty much everything. It was so.
Brett, if you think it was back then and back then, I can't wait to see the comments on this fucking. If we don't fucking rate this a 10, we're gonna get murdered.
Oh, I know. That's why I've been nervous about it.
Guys, I'm a fan. I am a maggot. Yeah. It's cool. I'm there. I'm with you. I saw them live.
I lived. I was born 5 minutes from these guys.
You know?
Damn it. But yeah, everyone that I saw in Vegas in middle school and kind of elementary school, I guess, at the time that I did know that knew these guys, yeah, they were very gatekeepery about everything. Just very full of themselves and like they're like, oh, you listen to Linkin Park? Well, fuck you. You're a piece. You're
fucking poser.
Yeah.
Man.
Yes.
Fucking poser.
Not quite those words. Other words, but
What, you think 6 members is a lot? Add 3 more.
Add 3 more. But
no, I totally get that. And I remember people being like that too. Because fucking the fans are like that with the albums that the band put out. Like fucking the people who are really into Iowa hate Volume 3.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, acoustic guitars. Oh, we're going to do some leads now. It's not just chugga chugga woo woo. No.
What do you mean he's singing
they
sometimes?
Hate it.
Yeah.
Oh, man. No. Fucking get out of here with that stone shower bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing, Brett. I did an experiment today. I went ahead and I listened to every single Slipknot album from front to back all the way through in chronological order. I didn't finish, but I did that. One, as a refresher. And 2, I wanted to hear the progression of sound and the different approaches to it. With the self-titled album, it's very much, we're throwing everything out the wall. It might have been made in a basement, and you could definitely tell. But it sounds fucking dark, and it sounds menacing, and nothing else sounds like it. Only time that album could have been made was 99. But then, you get money. You get money, and you get a good studio. But... yeah, and then all of a sudden we gotta you get 6 years, your entire life to make your first album. You only get 6 months to make your sophomore. And it's always a tall order for that follow-up, Very few bands can put out a sophomore album that goes above and beyond the debut. You look at Meteora, technically, Linkin Park.
Yeah, technically, yeah.
For a good example. And I think Iowa pushes everything that the self-titled did even further. It's more refined, even though poor producer could barely rein these psychotic assholes in to stop doing drugs for 5 seconds to do an album. But then when you get to Volume 3, oh man, people are starting to go to rehab. They don't want to kill each other anymore. They needed the side projects like Stone Sour in between those 2 albums, because when Iowa's touring was done, they weren't going to do any more music. They were done. They fucking hated each other. Only Joey and Paul kind of had any kind of semblance. They didn't even get a break between the touring from the self-titled to the writing of this one. It's all them. They wrote pretty much 90% of this album. And that's why when Paul died after All Hope Is Gone, and when Joey got fired after All Hope Is Gone, nothing else works for me. And I gave all the newer albums a listen today, at least as much as I could before I got home.
That's a lot.
And it is a lot. And yeah, there's just something missing without them there. And Paul, he was like one of the main songwriters, that classic bassist role of you blink and you miss him. You wouldn't even know he was there, but he's the backbone. And You know, like you were saying earlier, Joey is clearly the most talented.
Oh, he's the talent of the group, man. Like, holy shit.
And this band doesn't exist without Joey.
Yeah.
And that's nothing to say about Jay. You know, Old Against Me drummer apparently met them when the Disaster Piece tour happened. That's crazy. You know who cool. His father is? Believe he's the drummer from the E Street Band. But also was the drummer. How they met was he was Conan's house drummer.
Oh, okay.
When they came on. Yeah, Late Night and E Street with fucking what's it called?
Bruce
Springsteen.
Yeah.
Yeah, old Bruce. So coming from good good drumming genetics. Nothing against the guy. But it's just Joey was one of a kind. It's like the Rev. Avenged has never been the same without the Rev. The only way they got close was because most of the album was already written.
When Portnoy did it, yeah.
You got Portnoy.
Yeah.
Who's another god.
Yeah.
And guess what? Dream Theater's not the same without him.
Yep.
You don't have Blink-182 without Travis Barker. It just doesn't happen. You could survive without Tom DeLonge. You could even put out a good album or two. But
some would say kind of better.
Well, then some's is me. I don't know about 9. I never listened to it. But yeah no. True. It's weird. Volume 3 is my favorite. And I think if Iowa is your favorite, you're the people who are just obsessed with Lorna Shore now. And
yes. Yes. Same people. Same people.
Whereas Volume 3 or As All Hope Is Gone is your favorite, you went into the more melodic Spirit Box, route. If we're naming 2 major bands now.
Current bands. Yeah.
Both are viable fucking options. I totally get why this is people's favorite album. I totally get why Volume 3 is mine. It's for different reasons.
But here's the thing though.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably never turn this on again.
Oh, I don't expect you to. Brett, my whole hope, and the reason why I haven't picked the Slipknot album yet, and I didn't even pick this, you did, technically. The wheel picked it. Yeah, the wheel picked it.
Why don't you do Slipknot time? It's Halloween.
It is Halloween. It was. It's okay. It's okay.
It wasn't influenced at all.
No, fate decided. It could have landed on 1 or 2 or 3.
It could have landed on either of those. Yep.
Absolutely.
Only had a 25% chance. Still did it.
That's on you for not having more options. Damn it. Anyway, I'm glad that Did you at least enjoy the time that you did spend with it? I know you didn't listen to it the whole week, but like, did you find parts that you liked?
Meh.
Yeah, okay.
I can hear influences. I can hear the influences. I'll give it that.
Oh, yeah, because like Pink Floyd, like every band that we like is influenced by this band and this album.
Yeah. Like I hear Crystal Lake all over the place.
Crystal Lake.
Like, good God.
Name a band that came out after this album and it's influenced by this. Because, once again, you got an album going this heavy and this chaotic and this raw, getting to number 3 on the Billboard Top 200.
Yeah, someone's going to listen to it.
That is the last time that's happening.
Yeah. That's the only time that's happening.
Never again. The only time. But, hey, you know what? Speaking of time, you know what it's time for? It's time for the podcast within a podcast.
Ooh.
Going back in time to dear old 2001, let's find out what the internet thought about this album.
There's a few.
There is a few.
There's a few.
And it's kind of all over the place. So, Google. Randomly.
Google.
I've never had a review pop up and Google's the first result and it's actually like Google reviews.
Google review of Slipknot.
So, 9. Ultimate Guitar, 9.1. The user base for Ultimate Guitar, 8.4. Metal reviews, 5.5.
Ooh.
Metacritic's user base, 8.4. Play Louder, Q Magazine, Dot Music, and Rolling Stone all gave it an 8. CD Now and Alternative Press gave it a 7. E! Online, 5.8. Entertainment Weekly a 4.2. The AV Club 3. Dead End Follies, we're jumping back up, 9.4. Album of the Year and NME both gave it an 8. Drowned in Sound gave it a 7.5. All Music gave it a 6, but its user base gave it an 8. The Guardian, always coming in clutch with these high scores, gave it a 2.
Holy shit.
Rate Your Music, 6.5. And Metal Music Archives, 5.16. So already, before we move over to the YouTubes, there's a few weird ones like Metal Music Archives and Metal Reviews. That's where this should be fucking a 10, you would expect. But they're giving it 5s.
Yeah, they did not like it.
I don't get it.
Maybe
It's
they're
weird.
Metallica metal. It is 2001.
Fucking, and they're right around the corner from Saint Anger coming out, so I hope they enjoyed it. Trash cans. There's a similarity. They hate kegs, but they love trash cans.
Love trash cans.
It's the damnedest thing. Over here on YouTube, much more positive. Two Toe Tags Metal Review gave it a 9, I guess. Cover Killer Nation gave it an 8. E1 Reviews gave it a 9. The Music Breakdown, 5.75. Did not like it. Brandon Tabato gave it an 8. Mashian gave it an 8. Richard Metal Fan and The Just Joshing both gave it a 10. The Hard Rock Show gave it an 8.3. Death Metal Detectives gave it an 8.9. JC Rock and Metal Reviews gave it an 8. JTB Review gave it a 10. And Zachary Mueller gave it a 10.
Wow.
So
there's a lot of 10s.
Publications all over the place. Fans of metal and reviewing shows, pretty high. So it's a bit of a toughie. What do you think the average is?
7.6.
Ooh, you're very close. 7.58.
Oh, motherfucker.
You're very close. You gotta start fucking around those double digits.
Yeah, I do.
You're shooting yourself in the foot.
Every time.
So 7.58. C plus. C plus for the best album.
That's like middle C.
Yeah.
7.6. If you're rounding up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, C's get degrees, damn it.
C's get degrees.
Look in the mirror and ask yourself.
I saw my GPA. I can confirm.
So since it's just the two of us, we're just gonna use View Skewed Reviews score for the third to get the average.
Okay.
Do you want me to go first, or do you want to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Where's the thing? Where's the damn thing? Oh yeah. All right. So yeah. Songwriting and lyrics. Well, I have no fucking idea what's going on. So.
Okay, that's fair.
I gave it like a 7 or so, because I'm assuming he's saying some wild shit. I just don't know what the fuck is going on. Especially
555. I'm 666.
Yeah,
that's all you need to know.
I know the people equal shit. I get that.
Yeah.
Agree. Musicianship. Well, Joey's pretty damn good, and that's it. Production. This is where, like, I think I'm giving it like an 8.5 or something, because it sounds really good. Like when I do hear it, like through these, for instance, it does sound really good. It's especially for the time. And I don't mind that kind of like drier garage kind of basement sound. I've never hated that. I get why it's not always necessary, but I don't hate it. But I was going to score a little bit higher, but because of my issues with the car speakers and my headphones just sounding weird.
Okay.
You know, that's one out of the 3 things I have sounds good. That's I can't say too much on that one. Originality, it's
fair.
Oh God, dude, this is Slipknot. Like I was saying before the show, like I don't consider them new metal or anything. Like they're just Slipknot. They're their own fucking genre.
It's much like a little band I need to mention every episode, Inner Shikari.
Is it?
Yeah. You're like, what genre you put them in? I don't know.
Oh,
Pick one, and they're probably in it.
yeah, exactly. But I can't remember the songs.
That's fair.
They blend, especially. I'm not gonna say it's an issue of listening to it all at once because it's not. We do this every week. But these songs in particular blended together more.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give them that one. Or dock some points for that one.
Yeah, that's fair. So altogether
was a 7.2.
7.2.
Yeah, on the dot.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's better than I was expecting from you.
It's also better than I was expecting.
I
think the originality really bumped it though.
Originality and Joey.
Like,
and for you, I'm glad that was what you found in it. Was obviously Joey. I wanted you to hear the drums. Joey's the main. He's the star of the show.
No, and it was like I said. I had a very cool kind of nostalgia trip while I was driving to this. I
was very surprised when you said that.
Especially to that song, just random song. But I can't vote for a score for that.
No. I totally get that. No, that's fair. Especially coming in like A, not a fan. B, never heard the album, so you don't have the nostalgia whatsoever.
I don't know this one.
No, I mean, because again, like you said, you're gonna be more familiar with the later albums because those were the ones that were on the radio.
Yep.
I don't remember any of these songs being on the radio. I know they got played allegedly, but it was Duality and Before I Forget and Psychosocial. That's
I literally only know
memories.
These guys because of Iowa. Like if it wasn't for
or
that
Joey.
and my brother saying something, I would my Joey would have no idea.
Yep.
Oh,
like,
I mean,
I
would have heard it when Duality came out. I would have known them because that was in some of my games.
It sure was.
It was.
So for me, I gave songwriting lyrics. I give an 8.6. I like the progression and what they were attempting to do. I think they do succeed in that. It's not my favorite songs by Corey. But as an altogether package, I really do like it. Because compared to the self-titled, I get a little fuzzy on like the weirder stuff in the second half. But when I listen to it, obviously, it's one of those things. I know it.
Right.
Volume 3 is obviously the one I'm most familiar with. But I listened to this one a lot back in the day too, so I know a lot of the lyrics for this one. And people equal shit is fucking such a man. It's like a fucking motto I live my life by still to this day. And it totally gets that fucking sense across. Disaster Piece is going against, it's about being bullied and all that stuff. And when you get revenge, I want to slit your throat and fuck the wound. I 100%, man. I totally get that. And then to fucking put out a song like Heretic Anthem, have it played on Conan, goated, with all these fucking religious conservative people fucking losing, almost Satanic Panic Volume 2. And the whole song, it's not even about religion. It's about the fucking industry and about AR people wanting to just, a new management wanting to shove them in a box and be like, hey, put out a radio hit, even though they're going to in the next album, whatever.
Yeah.
It's great. Fuck you. If you're human, then I'm the devil. Sure, whatever. So 8.6. Musicianship 8.7. I think they get better on the later albums.
I completely agree. I do.
For what they're doing on this one and what they were trying to achieve and that rawness, dude, I bounce. I'm doing this the entire time. The riffs and the grooves and the breakdowns. This was my first breakdowns, Brett.
There are some pretty good breakdowns.
Come on.
Yeah.
When we were watching that live DVD, you're bobbing your head.
Oh, dude, I was the whole time. Help.
Oh, dude, it's so good. It's so groovy.
Yeah.
And like the fucking, oh man. Also, side note, to see it live, awesome. When I got to see it with the actual lineup, fucking amazing performance. These
Yeah,
guys
that'd be cool to see.
It was. Production, I bumped it up. After you said yours because I agree. 9.34.
Oh, okay.
This, even though it wasn't produced in a basement in Iowa, it sure does sound like it.
It sounds like it.
And then watching the video with the little facts, how they went in and just fucked with the drum room to get rid of acoustics, to make it sound dry and to make it like,
yeah,
all right,
that's wild. Yeah,
and like we're not gonna use fancy shit. We're gonna drop kick a brand new guitar. What the hell? It's one of the most raw and pure energy albums out there. Like, there's no faff about. They set out to make this super just real album, and they fucking, you don't need it. You've listened to the album, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Originality 9.46. Just what I wanted to give him.
I gave him a perfect 10 on that, actually.
It you know, yeah. It's Slipknot.
Because it's Slipknot. Yeah.
It is Slipknot. Like, I think they might be a little bit more original on the self-titled, obviously, because it's the first thing.
One. Yeah.
But man, it still pushes all the boundaries out there. It pushed metal forward into a new thing. Like, I don't think we get to have the music that we like now without this album specifically.
Mm-hmm.
More so than the self-titled, and more so than Volume 3, because it just inspired a slew of people. And then memorability 9.72. Only reason why it's not a perfect 10, I think like metabolic, I don't know all the words to.
Oh darn.
I know. Oh darn. So altogether 9.18.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah. Volume 3 is probably getting 9.5.
9.18 would put it fourth.
Yeah. I mean, this Slipknot was a very influential
interesting
band for me. You know, I don't get into Underoath without them. I don't fucking Phineas Who, like,
yeah.
This band was defining band pivot point for me. And you know, there we go. So yeah, let me calculate this. Bring us over to the Monolith. I think every time we end up at this part, it's a Sonic song, and I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why.
Let's see. Alrighty
then. At? So we have my 7.2, a 9.18,
and a 7.6 essentially.
7.6. Oh yeah, the 5.8. Yeah, 7.58. Yeah. All right.
Okay. I have found where it's going. Spoiler alert, you're going to have to scroll down.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
It ain't cracking the top 25. Not today.
Not today. I don't... Here, I'll go down to 50, but I don't think it'll actually be that low. There we go. Oh, shite. You know what? We're going to go with 33. They're going to do it for Dale twice.
Oh, wow.
They're going to double Dale it.
Okay, so you think it's going to be at number 33 between 4 Year Strong and Senses Failed.
Just cause, yep.
Just cause, well, you'd be wrong.
Damn it.
But it does crack the top 40 at number 40.
At number
above
40.
Two Door Cinema Club, bumping them out. Right below Bullet for My Fucking Valentine.
Holy shit.
We got Slipknot with Iowa. What is it? Does it break an 8? Does it break an 8, Brett? That's the main question.
I'm going to say 8 on the dot.
8 on the dot.
On the dot.
You're very close. You're very close.
Is it 0-1?
7.
Oh,
No,
it's
799.
Oh, bitches.
799.
Damn.
It is right. It's CZ8.
It's season.
It's asking, teacher, it's the end of the semester. Can't you just bump it up? And the teacher's like, nah.
Yeah.
Graded on a curve.
Wow.
Insane. It made the top. Dude, that's a win for me. It made the top 40.
It's basically an 8 though. That's pretty good.
That's I'm
It's sitting
shocked.
around a lot of albums that I like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I can't wait till next year to find out where the next one goes.
Yeah, it's gonna be a whole nother year. Every Halloween we do Slipknot.
I don't know why we didn't do it last year. We're too busy fucking around with Spencer.
So we don't know what the fuck we're doing.
No.
We don't think
Clearly,
ahead.
we didn't give this a 10. But hey, an 8, that's pretty much on par with everyone else on YouTube that isn't giving it a 10. So
I'll take it.
I'll take it. I'll
Yep.
take it. Okay. So, Brett.
Yeah.
We gotta decide what the next album is.
It is your turn.
First week,
right?
It is my turn.
Do you have choices?
I do have choices.
Okay.
But first we got fucking love the songs. First we gotta decide. Are we doing a new one or an old one? I'll even throw one in there. No, just 1 and 2. We gotta decide new or old first.
New or old first? Okay.
Or should I say new and political? Because, Brad, as you may or may not know, midterms are Tuesday.
Are they? I had no idea.
I know most people
I haven't
don't.
seen a single commercial.
Get out there and vote.
Get
or
out there
else
and
the
vote.
Republicans will kill you.
Yep.
And I'm not even kidding. They will actually do it. They'll come into your house and beat your fucking drunk husband with a hammer.
No, that
I'll
was
show you
just
the
that
inside
was
trace.
just a fun party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From Poo Poo Pee Pee.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Pee-pee-pee.
all right, spin
Yeah.
it.
All right, Josh. Is it just lagging? What is happening? Okay, it's a 1.
Nope, it's a number 1. Okay. All right, I have some choices to make.
Okay.
I was really hoping it'd be the political one, but Brett, where were the other? Okay, Devil Wears Prada. Can you bring up that most recently listened to thing again
On mine?
that you've been jamming a lot? I got
have
2 of the 4.
I have Fit for a King,
Fit for a King. That was the other one.
Counterparts.
Counterparts. Okay, That's-
You can put
okay.
Polyphia on there too if you want.
it's already on there. Spin that wheel, Brett. I need a 1 through 4. And go. Oh, cool. There you go.
There we go.
Now where's it going?
Nobody knows. Except when it lags, and then it's kind of obvious.
All right.
Doing it for Dale.
So, doing it for Dale. And that will be. Are you ready? Fit for a King.
Ooh.
Number 1 was Polyphia. Number 2 was Devil Wears Prada. And number 4 was Counterparts. So, Fit for a King.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I've been jamming all of these albums every single day.
I figured if I'd give it a shot of doing a new one versus a political one. And I figured I'd do it mostly with the ones that you've been listening to since this week, even though it was your pick, was kind of my pick.
It's fine. It's fine.
But if we were going with the old one, it was going to be the next Shikari album that we need to listen to. It was going to be one of the Rage Against the Machine albums, one of the System of a Down albums, and I don't know, maybe Run the Jewels or something.
Oh, I was actually talking about them with someone at work the other day. They're like,
Ooh.
"You know, Run the Jewels." I was like, "Yeah."
Sure do.
Like, yeah, I do.
Sure do, Buckaroo. All right.
Hell yeah.
Well,
Oh, very cool.
That's it. Hey, what's the name of the album called?
The Hell We Create.
Dude, we created the hell.
Yeah.
Now, going into this, remember what we just heard in Slipknot. See if you can find the similarities.
You'll hear one.
You'll hear one.
You'll hear one guaranteed. Reaper,
Oh, yeah?
that breakdown.
Yeah.
The one that they had a have a debate on fucking Twitter if it was a breakdown or not. Yeah.
All right. Only one of us walks away.
Only one.
That's an older song.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, if you like this episode, if you got through all that, thanks for watching. Join us next time.
That was a ride.
And that was a ride. I finally got to talk about Slipknot.
You finally got to talk about Slipknot.
We did it, Reddit.
We did it.
Bye. See you later.